Growing up, books were a luxury I could not afford. Other than my basic school books, I didn't have the extra money to get a library card, even though it was a really small amount. It was a small amount that I could not afford. So, when a teacher offered to lend me a Famous Five novel, I accepted the offer right away, even when I didn't know what Famous Five was. That's how my love for books began. It started with an offer I could not refuse. Over the next few years, I read whatever I could, borrowed from my teachers and schoolmates. As I went to college, I bought old books to read. As I read more, the first biggest change arrived. Number one thing books did to me was improving my English. Just like most of you, English is my third language. Most of the kids I grew up with still ask me how I learned it. Weren't we all studying the same things? Yes, but I was also reading all these extra books. Famous Five series, Shakespeare, which I totally did not understand. But I read a lot of stuff. Some I understood, and most I just struggled with. But as I read more, my vocabulary, hold on English language, and creative thinking skills flourished. If you are someone trying to learn a new language, just pick up any book you can in that language. You won't understand most of it, but as you keep reading, you'll magically improve your language skills. As my English improved, an opportunity opened up. Books made me start blogging. As I read more books, my hold on formulating my own ideas and expressing them in writing improved, and this urged me to start blogging. My first blog was on blogspot.com, where I shared book reviews and just random life stories like how I lost my phone. Back then, it was of like 32,000 rupees, and I cried a lot, but yeah. Eventually, I shifted to a self hosted blog called phoenixpost.com, where I shared even more book reviews and lifestyle stories, and this alone opened up so many more opportunities for me. Working with 40 plus brands, making money from the blog, getting recognition in my industry, all of that happened because of my writing, which happened because of my habit of reading books. But the biggest financial impact came through freelance writing. Books made me my first $1,000. My first freelance gig was really reading books and writing a blog post about it. But that got me curious. What else could I write to make money? That's when I made a profile on freelancer.com and started taking up content writing gigs. Initially, it was hard. I got scammed by a lot of people. A lot of people just refused to pay me or just told me why my work was not good. They eventually still used my work, which they said it wasn't good, but paid me no money for it. But I persevered, and soon I had good paying clients that led me to bigger gigs and eventually a full time job opportunity. Actually, multiple full time job opportunities. And this is why I owe my marketing career to books. I'm a social media and advertising expert. Yes, that's basically my full time job. But it all started with content writing, which eventually turned into managing Facebook pages, business blogs, and business promotions. If I hadn't read those books, and written those blog posts and taken up those content writing gigs, I would have never become a marketer. The most astonishing part, you couldn't have guessed that's where reading those silly novels would take me, As I was flipping those pages of the first few books that I read, I could not have even imagined that this would open so many opportunities for me and so many opportunities of that kind. In life, you have to take those chances without questioning its relevance too much. They'll take you somewhere you would never expect, even in your wildest dreams, and that would be somewhere good, okay? And lastly, books made me a booktuber. I have over 87,000 subscribers on this channel, which is fully dedicated to books. That's right, a YouTube channel that's just about books. Who would even watch that, right? But turns out thousands of people do. You do. Now, BookTube, when I talk about the YouTube space, it's not that popular of a community because reading is a very niche hobby and not a lot of people are unfortunately interested in it, even though I feel like they should be. So the growth and the money making opportunities from booktube are like way too limited as compared to having any other YouTube channel, but that's why I have like my full-time job. But even with those limited opportunities, I got so many brand partnerships, so much of recognition and personal fulfillment over just a few years because of booktube and books. And I was even on TV just talking about books. Yes, that all happened to me. Those first few books didn't scream at me that they would be valuable. In fact, there were no whispers or signs about it. There were no hints about what or any value that would offer. Those were simple children's novels, actually, that I was reading, pure fiction, and they just secretly changed my life. And yes, that's all for this video. This is how reading changed my life. I want to know if books have changed your life as well. And if they haven't, then you haven't been reading books regularly. So start reading and comment down below with what you think about this video. This is Manpi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.